All right, guys, we're going to start a new house out here in North Phoenix. So let me give you a little bit of a preliminary on North Phoenix. North Phoenix is definitely an older area in the valley, but it's not as old as Central Phoenix because, of course, Central Phoenix was where development first started and it just kept moving north. This area here, which is like Bell and the 51 highway, is about 50 years old. This house here is probably about 30 years old. We're going to try to flip this house, and the problem is today is September the 20th. Now, in order for me to actually sell this house before the holiday season starts, which we all know is the slowest time for real estate, I've got to get this house on the market by the end of October. So it gives me about 5 weeks to start and finish this house. Now I want to draw your attention to the roof. As soon as I pulled up, the first thing I noticed was I'm gonna have to replace this roof because you're gonna see a lot of granular loss on that roof. So much so that it's not just a repair job. This is definitely gonna have to be a complete takeoff, or maybe if there's one layer here, maybe I can just put on a new layer, but I'm gonna have to check all the plywood underneath to make sure it's not soft. So right away, I know right off the bat, I've got $7,000 to spend on that roof. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. I just confirmed that this house is actually 47 years old, so it's almost as old as me. So no wonder the roof is in disrepair, because all of us are in disrepair after that many years. Now, when you walk in, you're going to see the style of a 47-year-old house, right? Everything used to be compartmentalized. So the builders used to build like, this is the living room, over there is the kitchen. Today, we like everything to be very open, an open concept. So I know right off the bat, I'm going to need to take down this wall so that I have an opening when you first walk in through the front door. So that's another cost for me. But in order for me to do that and still have enough room to do a functional kitchen, I think I'm going to have to eliminate this window. By eliminating this window or drywalling it in, I'm going to be able to have my kitchen come across like this and do a nice L shape with an island in the middle here. I'm going to have to increase the amount of storage available in this kitchen and reconfigure a little bit so that I can make maximum use of my space. Let's go take a look at the bedrooms. Bedroom number one, just a tiny little bedroom. Take a look at this AC vent. So this filter probably hasn't been changed out in years. That means that I'm going to have to do a full service on that AC before I even start this renovation, so that I know, am I going to have to replace the AC, or is this just going to be a nice quick, maybe under $1,000 service? I have no idea. And the reason I'm going to do it before I start my renovation is I only have a certain amount of money to spend. So if I'm going to spend it on AC, then I can't spend it on other design things. So by knowing what my big costs are up front, that's going to help me decide how much money I have to spend on the rest of the house. We've got a basic bathroom. We've got another little basic bedroom. Then we've got the primary suite or the owner's suite. This again, really basic. You can see that this is a laminate floor and they had water that kind of came in through here and it damaged this floor. That doesn't matter to me because I'm not going to keep this floor anyways. The bathroom is not a bad sized bathroom. It's not great. I mean, this house is only 1,300 square feet, so nothing here is going to be huge. It's going to cost me some money, but it needs to be redone in order for me to sell this house. Let's go take a look at the backyard. You've got this tiny 1,300 square foot house, and then all this lot that's left undeveloped, unusable to be able to live out here, right? Especially with growing families. But there's nothing I can do to change that. And the reason is that I am stuck to the comp of what this house is going to be able to fetch. Even if I was to do a huge addition and bring out this house and pop it out, maybe add a couple extra bedrooms, add another living room, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get back what I put in, let alone make a profit. So I'm just going to have to stay within the existing footprint of this house and be able to make as much of a profit as I can, clean up this backyard, and hopefully a family that utilizes or that appreciates a backyard space is the one that's going to buy it. The wholesale price on this house is $405,000. Add another $5,000 for closing, we're at $410,000. At $410,000, the ARV here is $530,000. So let's do what the gross profit would be. We're looking at $120,000. I believe that the reno, along with the holding costs and the closing costs will be around $70K. So we're looking at $50,000 profit. So $50,000 profit is not bad. It's not a bad profit to get in and out in 5 weeks. Trouble is I've put a little bit of pressure on myself because I have only 5 weeks. I need to finish the entire renovation, make sure that the roof gets replaced, make sure that the AC is checked out, make sure that I stay in my budget, both for time and money. Because if I go over my budget, that profit margin is going to start shrinking really quickly. And if I go over my time, then the time that it's going to take me to sell this house is going to start to increase. Because we all know that holiday time is the worst time to sell a house in, especially when you've had a little bit of a shift in the market. So I'm going to go ahead and take this project on. Now that I've walked it, I'll let the buyer know, because this is not my house, but I'm going to let the buyer know that I think there's money in this house. Let him start the process. Hopefully he closes it within the next few days and we can get our crew out here and get going.